Look at the white men that get with divestors. These white men aren't trying.
Yo, this white guy's twerking. No white man that's worth his salt is ever gonna make a TikTok twerking. Is this first of all? The guy who runs this channel always points out the kind of white guys who be dating black women. There's always some kind of. I'm not saying it's all of them, right? But a lot of times they either be closeted or they have some crazy sexual proclivity. Any man that twerks and is into an alternative lifestyle. I'm trying to tell you right now, because that is for white men, that is the alternative lifestyle. Okay, because at the end of the day, you gotta look at what that looks like for the white family that you're coming home to. Like they're not thinking like you know what I want my son to do. I want my white son to go out there and find him a beautiful dark skinned woman to bring home, and I want to just love that. No, no one ever thinks that. No one ever thinks you don't think for your black son. Oh my God, I hope he grows up and just gets the whitest girl possible and brings her here. And I wouldn't love anything more than to have a daughter-in-law that looks like Bobby Adeloff. You know what I'm saying? Like no, you don't think that. Like no one thinks that. And I'm not saying anything's wrong with interracial dating, but no, but that, you got to realize that again, there's a huge clash going on when you mix two different cultures and two different races, especially black and white. But those white families are not happy to see you. Those white families were not planning for their son or to bring home a black woman. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's like this thing where I had to point this out. No other group except for black women look at interracial dating the same. Interracial dating kind of happens for other groups of people. It's not really a lifestyle. You know what I mean? Whereas for black women, they try to make it into a lifestyle, make it into a whole statement. They put names on it, divester, swirler. You know what I mean? Rather than just saying, nah, I met this guy. He's a great guy. He happens to be white. Like for the most part, if you with someone who's not black or vice versa, right? Someone should find that out because they see you with the person you're with. It shouldn't be your identity or the thing that you choose to go on TikTok and social media and talk about as if it's like some kind of social cause or some kind of some kind of statement. But it really but at the end of the day, it really is a statement for them because it is a statement that says, listen, you may be my male counterpart, but I don't got to deal with you. I mean, because I really would rather not have to deal with you or be with you, in a submissive way. Which is why, for the most part, black men can only experience black women in a combative way, in a difficult way, in a way where like. If you have any respect for yourself, you can't stand that shit long term. Because most black women, for the most part, if they're around you again and they mind, it's like, well, I watched you be a slave and be oppressed and not have rights and be fighting tooth and nail for the smallest thing for hundreds of years. So that shit ain't gonna stop because they changed the laws. All right, well, he may not be your master, but I'll be your master. Or he may not be trying to, go at you like that, but I'm gonna go at you like that. I'm gonna go cause like no, cause you was a boy. No, you don't deserve more from life. No, actually, you deserve less. No, nigga, no. All y'all ain't shit. All y'all bad fathers. All y'all broke. All y'all stupid. All y'all say this. Ghetto gaggers has never been protested. I've never seen one TikTok from any black woman talking about let's sign a petition to get that site taken down or I mean, which again I don't think you could do that, but there hasn't even been any talk about that. Y'all niggas can make videos day in and day out about ICE. I keep telling y'all, we seriously underestimate the amount of idiots that we have living in the country. So I'm gonna go ahead and go full screen and let Brad twerk for y'all some more.
to build a community for divestors.
And just real quick. Hold on. Matter of fact, hold on. Let's read the caption.
These white men aren't trying to build a community for divestors.
Oh,
Look at the white.
here we go. He says, "Do you want to watch the new JJK episode when we get home?" JJK, what's that stand for? Okay, I don't know what that stands for. I figured it out.
White men that get with divestors.
Her saying I already watched it. Another thing too. Again, I told y'all, no in between. Either super dry natural hair, or it's bad wig time, or it's bad weave time. And on top of that, she got the headband to go away. Got that headband is holding that whole situation together. there's a disaster, a natural disaster going on under that headband. Whenever you see that headband, that is a telltale sign of a divester. If you are a black man dating a black girl right now, and she be holding her weight together with a headband, go on and get out of there, bro. Or go on and get in there, because she definitely with it. She with the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a sign Brad done been there. But also too, this is how they be looking. A lot of times, if you ever date a girl who looks like this, or who was like within like this like looks range, she definitely been dogged out by Brad. She definitely, because another thing too with millennials and Gen Z is that dating apps, I think, and this is my theory, dating apps have made it way more possible for more white men to be able to have these like ghetto gagger type of experiences with black women. Let me tell you something. If you ever come around a black woman who's been with a white guy, listen, just go ahead and just start prying and asking her about like, yo, you guys ever do anything wild, anything crazy? I've heard stories, and they won't talk about it as if it was like a bad experience. They'll talk about it as if like, yeah, man, he was kind of bugging out. I remember I had a homegirl of mine talking about how like, yo, this dude was pouring hot wax on her, but it wasn't like a conversation. We said, hey, check it out, bro. How would you feel about some hot wax being poured on your body? Nah, he just did that shit. Or like, I think the same dude he forced the backdoor situation on her, tried to backdoor her in a way that wasn't conducive to her being comfortable. So it wasn't like a conversation where you say, hey, listen, I want to try this today or something, or there was some kind of loot. Nah, he tried to force that. Basically, he was trying to sodomize her. Or like, I remember my ex telling me about like, now mind you, she's not going to tell me the whole story. She probably did fuck a few of these guys, but and she probably who knows. Another thing too, being as though it never works out with the first Brad, what happens is black women who try to date white men like exclusively or try to really pursue white men, what normally winds up happening is you keep having bad experiences, and after a while, what happens? It makes it easier and easier to stack up bodies, because the longer a woman stays out of a relationship, which is like just by math, you want to have more bodies. And also, if you're a divester, yo, you gonna wind up knocking down a lot of. I'm not knocking. I'm not knocking. I'm gonna say that you gonna wind up getting knocked down by a lot of brats, just by way of the math. But I'm still hurt. I don't like this. I don't like this shit at all. Another thing too, if the brat is at all in shape, nigga, she paying. And now that we done seen who he talking to, she definitely paying. You see that nose? She definitely paying.
White men aren't trying to build a community for divestors and biracial kids. They just look for an in-house concubine.
Why do I date black women? Well, that's easy. Well, first of all, I don't date black women. I am currently in a relationship with a black woman who I will marry because I love this woman. Wow. But I have historically predominantly dated black women. And there's been times in my life where I've been asked why, which I think should be a rhetorical question, but I'll entertain you with an answer. And the answer is so easy. Because early on, where white women denied me, black women accepted me. It was how often when I dated white women, it seemed like they wanted me to be a version of a man that they thought was ideal, and that often the black...
Basically, they wanted him to get a job. They wanted him to get a serious job. They probably wanted him to be a man. They probably wanted him to handle them bills. They probably wanted him to up his game. Brad don't be coming with nothing to these interracial relationships. From time to time, you hear about an anomaly where, he happened to be a rich Brad or Brad with some money. And even then, most of the time, if you ever see Brad with a black woman, he's not there just to be there. Usually she's smart. Because that's actually a sign that, that's probably an intelligent black woman or a black woman who can make some money. Whether it's about hook or about crook, whether she's selling some pussy, you know what I'm saying, whether she's doing real estate, or just all three. Or, she might rap too. Might be rapping, So, and not only that, he admitted that your counterpart, white women don't want you. What does that usually mean if the women from your group don't like you? That usually means that something's wrong with you. And also, too, I don't know what it is, but white people do not like gingers, okay? They do not fuck with gingers. Gingers don't fuck with gingers, okay? And he got gingivitis.
Women I dated wanted me to be the best version of myself that I already was. It was how my white exes used to say, you can't grow hair at all, like you don't even try. And how black women said, ooh, you just have a sexy bald head. It was how white women told me that my beard was too prickly and uncomfortable, and how black women put oil on it and softened it up. So why do I love...
Black wife effect right there, baby. That's Roll Out 2026. That's what I'm talking about. Nigga, you ain't never gonna get the Ain't never gonna happen for you, nigga. You'll become a story. And she tells on TikTok of, I couldn't believe this nigga want to go out with me and have the nerve to have a dry ass beard. Now I don't got a joke prepared for this situation right here, but I wanted to kind of try. But the point being is, she sees this kind of man as more worthwhile in terms of investing, and she sees these because these are investments. This is the best investment that any woman could make, is finding a guy that you can work with, a guy that you're compatible with, and the guy that you can stay with long term, so you guys can have a good life. Because love does kind of come last. Like, you do have to look at these finances and also class, and do y'all beliefs and behaviors align, right? And so with a white man, I think it's easier for them to see these kind of things as investments. Now, it's a joke, of course, them having a dry ass beard, but black women will get with these kind of men, and they won't see it as a waste to invest time and energy and kind of and help him, right? And also, I gotta ask you, sir, why will you walk? The fact that a woman had to put grease in your beard says a lot about you as a man. I mean, in terms of like how you carry yourself, how you present yourself, because you know he probably has a smell to him. You know what I'm saying? He probably got a little smell.
We're good to go.
You know what I'm saying? He probably got a little smell to him and whatnot. You know what I mean? But yeah, more than likely, like he's not someone who has a high paying job or is an actual professional or even seems to want to be a professional. He probably has one of those jobs where like he don't got to work every day, or he's probably one of those guys like, yo, he doesn't want to be bothered with, you know.
Who are these niggas?
Chill. He don't want to be bothered with being a like real provider male, I guess. I don't know. Cause I mean, listen, a lot of modern men don't realize how much they cheat themselves out of life when you share finances too much with women, because you get to where like, yo, you'll never condition yourself to even want to think about how to make more money. Cause like, yo, I mean, like, now I would never do this. When I was younger, this would be a thing that I would think about offering. Like, oh well, I'm gonna get with a girl and she can move in with me and whatnot, or I had the leverage of, you know, I have a place for you to stay. I would never offer no girl to come stay here. For what? You don't gotta stay here, right? Because I don't look at what I have as, you know, in terms of like stuff like this as a way of getting girls. But that is an option. A lot of guys can't say, yo, you can come stay here in this room here, because where I live at, nigga, it's room. Like, it would be more than enough room for me to be in here with the girls. Enough closet space, you know, enough room and whatnot. It'd be, I mean, yeah, you know, like we'd be good. You know what I'm saying? It's different rooms in the house. So, you know, it's like a big ass apartment. It's not a thing where like, yo, we in the studio, you gotta hire for me in the bathroom and everything. Like, yo, like dead ass, she could be in the house and I will not see her for hours. That's how big the apartment is. Matter of fact, like when my son is here, yo, if I'm not over here in this side of the house, I won't see him for a while. I won't lay eyes on him for a while, because yo, he in a whole different room. A lot of y'all niggas can't say that. Okay, a lot of you niggas, you can see your whole apartment from the door. You can see the bedroom door, you can see the bathroom door, and whatever they got in the living room from the door. You gotta go on a journey in my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You know, so,
Shut the fuck up. You was watching tables. You was waiting.
matter of fact, this white dude probably was waiting.
Black women, it's because it's where I found love and covered in love and taught how to love and shown that love isn't this affectionate feeling that makes you feel ushy and gushy. It's sacrifice and consistency. It felt real. It felt raw. It felt like home.
Oh, so when Clifton Powell said that he just learned how to love, y'all was online talking about him crazy. Like, oh, nigga, like, black men are not allowed to ever redeem themselves, ever grow. Or this really kind of be seen as, really just seen as human. You know what I mean? But here he is saying, now listen, you got to think about, yo, if he has come to the conclusion that he had to learn how to love, you got to think about, what did you have going on before that you had to learn how to love? Because I ain't gonna lie, it's not really a manly thing to say. It's really a crazy, everything he's saying is things that crazy niggas say. Because crazy niggas love being feminists, because crazy dudes are chaotic and they're not, first of all, they relate to women more, and because they do more of what they do. So how they are doesn't offend them. They may engage in a situation in terms of an argument and whatnot, but how they are and how they move, it doesn't bother them. It's like, so for example, people who break the law are probably more comfortable being around the kind of dude that drives around with a car smelling like weed and he's smoking weed in the car. He got a gun in his lap. If you, I'm just saying, you know, if you are also part of the underground or similar lifestyle, that maybe you may know, oh man, there's a possibility something could happen, but it may not stick out to you. It may not stand out to you. It may not bother you as much as it would someone who is like a regular person. Like me personally, like, yo, like nigga, whenever I would see someone doing that, I would wonder like, yo, why are you doing that? And I had to realize, oh shit, this is another level of maturity. This is foresight. This is your ability to think ahead. That person is so short sighted that they can't think far enough to think, what if I get pulled over? Like yo, like my grass guy will literally pull up smoking weed in the car while he moving product. A lot of you experienced it. You know what I'm talking about.
Black History Month.
Yeah, I'll make this super quick because I gotta get back to work. But anyways, I like white guys. I cannot seem to find any white guys in Durham or wherever else they want to be. I have a question though. Are they afraid to approach us black girls? Like, what do we have to do to get them? Because I want a white guy. Like, why is it so hard? It's so easy for black guys to find white girls and they like black guys. Why is it so hard for black girls to find white guys? Do they like us? Do you think? All jokes aside though, seriously, like, can someone like help me find a white guy? Cause I want one. I want one. If you're a white guy and you're looking for a black girl, hit me up, please. Let's go on a date, yo. Let's see where the vibe goes.
Yo, she's not even saying I want to meet a guy. Like, she's just saying, yo, he just gotta be white. She's not giving the criteria. She's not saying, you know what she would say for you. Nah, nigga, he gotta have a 4-pound dick. He gotta be 6'6". Like dead ass. Like she wants you to basically be a basketball player. You need to be a basketball player that got mad time in their hand, and got mad time to argue and all that shit. All right. She just said, yo, I want a white guy. She didn't say a handsome white guy, a white guy with money, a white guy with a car. A white guy who has legs. No, any white guy. Listen, let me tell you something. I watched this video mad times before I realized what the hell was going on.
Oxford study. Unfortunately, when you let these weird looking.
So I couldn't figure out what the heck I was looking at. I was like, why is this guy on the screen and what does this girl have to do with this guy? And I'm like, all right, is these two different videos? This is about something else. Like, what's going on here?
People, these awful looking people, these men that shouldn't ever be in relationships inside of your lives, these men that white women would never.
All right, here we go. We're at a different location now. Different location. So I had to keep watching and realize, hold on. This woman,
when you let these,
is out with this man.
Looking people, these awful looking.
Hold on. Let's go ahead. Let's get a little bigger here. Pause.
People, these men that
this dude almost don't look real. Matter of fact, what do he smell like? There's no way that man don't smell crazy. There is no way. And matter of fact, and there's no way that he has money. This is just not what people who have money dress like. He looked like he escaped from the insane asylum. He might be he get SSI. That dude get SSI. Got an SSI nigga.
Shouldn't ever be in relationships inside of your lives.
So this one is out with him. This be the same John who will be on one of them panels talking about how black men are conquered. Okay. I'm not going 50-50. I am the table.
These men that white women would never touch with like a 10-foot pole. Are you really surprised that you know, he has low emotional regulation, are you really surprised that he can't hold down a job?
Okay, so would you ever marry a white?
All right, man. That's enough. I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of a dark channel, but you know what? Listen, Coach always talking about having a stomach, right? And I realized one of the reasons why I didn't progress faster or didn't get to where I need to get to faster was because I wasn't able to be honest with myself. Like for example, it took me a long time to realize, okay, there's a reason why you're not losing more weight and you seem to be gaining weight. And I'm like, well, okay, you're doing a bunch of things that you normally wouldn't do and things you stopped doing years ago. And when you stopped doing these things, your life became exponentially better. But when you experience really intense stress, right, what can happen is you'll kind of break, and you'll find yourself being ruled by like your like bodily functions, and your bodily functions will lead you to try to look for like a easy endorphin hit. So that can be anything that's going to give you stimulation, whether it's food, whether it's an orgasm, whether it's conversation, whether it's talking to someone and whatnot. You basically are trying to find a way to quell your anxiety. So when you have stress and the cortisol levels are high, you'll find yourself, you know, binge eating more or doing more things you know that you shouldn't be doing. Right? Your mindset and how you look at things and your ability to be truthful with yourself and be able to look at the results and keep it in a results-oriented conversation and realize that sometimes certain conversations have to stay separate, right? So, for example, when I was having a conversation with my homeboy about, now again, I'm being a little dramatic, I'm being a little bit facetious, I'm being a little bit, what's the word, provocative, I guess, by saying that black men sometimes don't know when they loses. Black men do not have high self-esteem. Black men don't really have much interest in leading for real. And that may take time, but these are things to point out because when you talk to them about relationships, they want to guide the conversation to, well, you know, this is okay. That's okay. Don't get me wrong. You do have to work out what makes sense, but black men don't be realizing, all right, bro, if you go for something, you're establishing a standard because the things we do matter because these stories travel far and wide and these stories will set a precedent. That's why you'll hear women get online talking about what they can get. Because like, yo, they may come across a guy who's willing to pay. But the thing is, she's not going to explain that, yo, well, this is a sugar daddy situation where I just pull up and drop that thing off. She's not, because again, women are never going to tell you the whole story. You have to figure it out for yourself. And you're better off having the stomach to accept the worst, to accept the truth. Because the more you can accept the truth, the more you can move on and grow. Pause. Like when I outgrew the desire to have a woman be dedicated to me and love me and want to be with me and stuff like that all the time. Which, you know, again, that's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's not a problem at all. Right now, if I want to have a girlfriend right now, especially if I don't mind her being my age, I want a girlfriend, sure. Right now. Like tonight, I can get into a relationship tonight. I can call one of my old Johns and say, hey, listen, baby, you know, listen, we got to have a talk. I've had some time. I've been reflecting. And my mind just keeps going back to you. How about that? Oh, man, not a chance, man. Y'all hoes had y'all shot. Yeah, y'all all dropped the ball. Let me tell you something. A lot of men don't realize that what's holding you back is your relationship. What's holding you back is your woman. Matter of fact, like even like being here now, right, talking to y'all now, I can see like, yo, I would have never became